It's Wednesday, 11 o'clock, so welcome to the German Prevention Conference. Today, we are going to focus on 3 prevention events. On the one hand, we have a special conference of the Criminological Society, an anniversary from Essen, and then a short report on the World Urban Forum that took place last week. We have a special conference of the criminality social under the framework of digitization and crime. It occurred in Hanover on the 8th of September and to the 10th of September. Let's come to the anniversary. Together with Kreuzstein, the region of Essen was the first region which set up 30 years ago an office for criminal prevention. And we are going also to focus on the future, about the future of criminal prevention at the communal level and at regional level again as well. During the event, let's say, hear the General Director. During the conference, we heard about the successful criminal prevention and the experiences. We heard that in Hessen, the previous president played a very important role. There is also another important element. The previous president was very fond of the work being done, and so 30 years of prevention, 30 years together, looking into the future, 30 years of program. Prevention is the foundation of this house. People are together to act with a prevention mind. Prevention means standing up before pressure is perceived. It means staying together, politicians and the civil society, in order to act preventively. Police and the authorities are also important. Thank you very much, Dorothea Blunk and Dominic Macri. Let's now come to an international event. At international level, there has been a UN Habitat since 1970, which is a program of the United Nations. And Yuma Asiago is the global coordinator of Safer Cities, which is a program led by UN Habitat. And he reports about an event that took place in Katowice in Poland at the end of June. And UN Habitat has also been a partner of the German Prevention Conference, and he will also talk about
the just concluded 11th session of the World Urban Forum, which took place in Katowice, Poland in June, brought over 10,000 participants from 155 countries, once again demonstrating itself as a space of learning with the presentation of several innovative practices. Among others, it exemplified the integration of crime prevention in broader urban strategies and interventions. The topic of crime prevention was especially highlighted as a transformative tool by groups of women and young people. Discussions at the World Urban Forum took into account evidence to action framing of various city crime prevention policies, with greater attention to the various crime assessment tools that have been developed, including the safety audits and their application to smart technologies such as the development of the safety pin application. It also took into account monitoring and evaluation of impact strategies on crime and violence on an annual basis, and to ensure that mayors are held more accountable to their populations by way of annual city reports on the state of safety of their cities that can also feed into the local voluntary reviews around the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. The discussions also reviewed current policy responses in view of the rising challenges facing urban inhabitants in cities and towns across the world by national and local governments, be they challenges of urban crime, natural and man-made disasters, poverty, or the whole question around social exclusion, just to mention a few. Managing or mitigating these challenges now requires an increasing alignment of several policies at the national and local level to impact on the aspect of sustainable urban development, including a multidimensional transformative approach to urban safety and security, and leveraging on the potential of cities, which includes their capacities to alleviate these challenges. Whole of government approaches should become a championing implementation lever for the implementation of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and the new urban agenda as prescribed by national governments. The World Urban Forum concluded with a set of declared actions, including for national governments to increase their efforts towards greater financing of urban development interventions and greater engagement of citizens in those actions to increase their progress towards achievement of the SDGs. The declarations included a call for enhanced actions focusing on pathways to transformative change and investigating examples of cities that have reached a tipping point and turned the corner by instituting innovative and progressive policies and planning regimes. It also called on countries to focus their policies on increasingly imminent urban crises such as the climate change issue. This includes advancing humanized security policies towards a better urban future. The World Urban Forum underscored the need for cities to engage themselves in a peer review process based on the current knowledge that has been generated of what has worked and not worked on crime prevention, as well as to facilitate greater learning and the development of innovative safety monitoring solutions that can inform the integrated 2030 agenda and the new urban agenda solutions. The city of Mannheim in Germany demonstrated innovative ways of approaching urban safety and well-being by night, for example. And the United Nations Human Settlements Program, UN Habitat, has been called upon to help cities not only to better systematize their experiences, but also to advance an urban safety monitoring tool that will, of course, assist in greater capacity for cities to improve their quality and consistency in their municipal safety policies and programs and the co-production of safety and security for all. Finally, going forward, the German Federal Ministry for Housing and Urban Development and Building and its partners during the German G7 presidency also deliberated on a broad range of issues, including the issues of urban safety and safer mobility for women and girls, which will be presented at the next G7 meeting of urban development ministers in September in Germany.
Thank you very much. So very interesting and insightful presentations and great discussions. So see you next week.